5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and welcome back to another episode of the Jump Off Point.
Yeah, badoo.
Oh my freaking god! I swear. This is the third episode. Yes.
Yes.
We're
Losing count of episodes already.
We just started.
Wow.
This is a shame. This is a shame. This is poor.
It makes us seem unprepared.
This is so unprofessional. Damn.
Now, what should we make our daily episode type of thing? Like every episode we should do.
Word of the day.
Word of the day,
no,
or
word of the day. What's today's word?
Should we do the? Should we
have-
do the ASMR thing?
I actually have a whole sentence. I told you I was on the phone with you. So today's word of the day or sentence of the day is horny goat weed.
What?
He gotta describe this.
Okay.
No, he gotta describe what's going on.
Horny what? Horny goat weed?
Yes.
Why? Horny.
So
Okay.
yesterday was our friend Kat's birthday.
Okay.
She brought over tea because she was gonna make boba tea. But one of the teas that she brought was called horny goat weed, and she brought it because of the name. It was funny. Until this morning, I woke up and I was telling my roommate about it, and my roommate was like, "That's used to help erectile dysfunction."
Ooh, she's trying to help all of you guys. She's trying to help all of you.
So I was like, "Oh." And me and my roommate looked at each other. I was like, I feel bad for whoever drinks that, whoever man comes in contact with that. Because horny goat weed.
It's in the name.
How did your roommate know this?
I told them about this.
Wait, how did they know?
I didn't know it was
Oh.
for erectile dysfunction.
ED, come on.
I didn't ask this.
Yo, you need to question them.
Oh.
What did they be researching?
Oh my god.
So now I got something to ask my roommate after this podcast.
Yeah.
Horny goat weed.
Oh boy.
Where did they?
Yeah, well, where does this come from? That's the thing.
Yeah, how did your friend find was it boba tea?
They were gonna make, my friend Kat was gonna make boba tea.
But
and
it's called
the tea that she bought.
tea.
The tea that she bought was called horny goat weed.
Okay, I don't know.
Goat?
Okay.
Yo, do you think they get like little goats, little testicles from the goats, you know? Little put it in the bag.
God, carrot. No.
It has goat. Wait, why is goat in it, you know? They could have put horny cow weed. I don't know.
Oh god.
Maybe they're trying to mate
Well,
the goats
okay, so also something new. We haven't had a video yet, but this is our first time having a video.
Oh my
Hello,
God.
you get to see our faces
Hello.
finally.
Thank you. So this is my face, this is his face, and this is his face.
I'm thinking we should kick her out. I think she should leave. Yeah, get it.
Oh my god, they're throwing me water bottles.
Wait, what?
What?
What you mean throwing water bottles at you? You coming out with your freaking tangerines out of the hand?
Yo, she pulled a tangerine out of oxygen.
Yeah, literally, and then Mike just decided to take it out with his pants. Oh my.
Oh. If I don't know who Mike is, he's basically, he's a member of the group. He is basically like, I call him my manager. He got the good ideas.
Yeah, he helps out.
Yeah, he helps out.
Yes.
Every now and then, I mean, if he does want to, he can come on the podcast, of course.
Yeah.
We're gonna make him come on the podcast.
We love you, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Big.
Yo, we came on here with a topic,
And
we never went with it.
Yo, tell me why.
Uh-huh.
I called him this morning, right, to ask if we're still doing it today, if we have the equipment. And then Mike is Mike is also with me, and then he goes, "Tell Mike, look him dead in the eyes, lick your lips, and talk in my voice, and say, 'Hey, Big Mike.'"
Oh no!
It was the horny goat weed.
Oh.
Shit! Oh god!
So now I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually curious what it tastes like now. Like I'm actually gonna go text her and be like, "So can I get some of that tea?" I'm curious, but I don't want the side effects.
Just like a little bit. I mean, do you have ED? I don't think so.
licks the tea packet. I mean, if you don't have ED, it still will produce those side effects of, it's like Viagra, I guess.
What?
It's like Viagra?
It's supposed to help you.
But is it like true? Because like, you know, some shit be like,
I didn't try
it
it.
helps
I don't
you
know.
for like blood pressure when it doesn't, you know. It's like some placebo thing, you know?
I don't know. Placebos. Sometimes they do work, sometimes they don't. It sort of works on your mentality.
It's the mind.
Yeah.
It's the government trying to control you.
Oh, God.
So today's
you
topic...
and your freaking government control. The freaking DNA testing. God.
You know, for all we know, Natalie might be a spy.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Are you spilling some shit right now?
No.
Watch I see my shit on Facebook.
Oh, God.
This is recording of me doing random shit on Facebook.
Oh, boy. How's your week?
It was good. It was good.
It's really tiring.
It was tiring. Yo, I'm so happy. Both of my professors pushed their test 2 weeks. 2 more weeks, like, you know.
Back.
Oh, my God, yeah. I'm so happy. But you know my ass ain't gonna study before the day off.
Yo, you study so much, though.
I know, that's the thing. Because I'm always having a bio test every freaking week. Like, yo, I'm going crazy with bio. Like, honestly.
I hate bio. I hate bio.
Yo.
Never had it. You want some English?
I mean,
I feel English would be so much easier than
it
bio.
is so much easier. Like, right now I'm taking this science writing class. That shit's easy. Shit's easy. It's literally talking about science. They're just writing about it. And I was just like, okay, I'm fucking bored in this class anyways. Like, there were multiple times where I wanted to just skip because I don't need to be there. I was just,
I feel that. That's how I feel Alan's class.
I feel like with all my classes just kind of read from the lecture, and I'm just like, I can just read this from my dorm and, like, study on my own.
Self-taught, just self-teach. Be your own teacher.
That's what I do.
I mean, the thing is, that's how some teachers are, actually. You know, some teachers are actually, like, they don't know how to teach, or sometimes they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about teaching or anything, so they just read this and that's it, you know?
Okay, so going back to our topic, we were going
okay. We went off. So our today's topic is what?
I like your shirt.
That shirt is black. It's just,
it has a little puma though.
It's just,
I couldn't stay on topic. But
like,
go on. I just couldn't stay on topic.
Okay, well, today's topic is gonna be about zombie apocalypse?
Like what would you do?
What would you do?
What would you do? Like, if right now, if a zombie comes busting through a door, what would you do?
Damn. I guess I'm throwing y'all both in front of it, running in the back room.
But you ain't going. Oh, there's shit in there. So you're right.
I can live.
You can live.
And there's some water or some kind.
There's water in there too. There's a bunch of water in there.
Would you go to your family first, or to like just hide somewhere? Like, would you try to get to like family?
I ain't trying to get caught.
Yeah,
right.
I feel
but
like
you have a car though, so you could vroom vroom all the way there.
I'm a vroom there, but I'm gonna hit some zombies on the way. You know,
it messes up. Like, or people's cars will be swerving too because they become.
Or like
zombies.
a virus epidemic just started happening.
A virus epidemic? Oh fuck! I don't know what to do there because I don't know shit.
Now you and Kai are surviving. Y'all got the bio. All the biology majors.
No.
Damn, you know what? I'm gonna just go to my girlfriend. Then she knows about this shit. What would you do?
If a virus broke out?
So if a virus broke out and affected a lot of people, I don't know what I would do. I mean, like,
get a face mask? No, not a face mask, but like a little.
Face mask. Oh yeah, I'm just walking here through my day and there's just a zombie right there.
The face mask will like get the virus. Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I'm not prepared, so I feel like I would just freak out and run in my room, lock the doors, close the windows.
I feel like you would get your knife and just ting, 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 ting. But then you'll do it to the point you hurt yourself.
That knife won't get stuck in someone. Like, I'm gonna swing my arm and just get stuck in someone's skull, and I'm like, oh wait, I can't pull this back out.
I don't know why. I just imagine you with the fly swatter.
No.
Oh god.
Off topic a little bit. Natalie last semester literally ramped down the hall with chased me with a fly swatter.
Oh my god! And wait, what?
We were trying to get
this.
It was last. This was the days where we stayed up late, and we literally was. I was like, I don't want it. She was like, I don't want it either. So we tried throwing it away. And I was like, don't throw it away. So we literally like kept leaving each other's door.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh god. Oh shit. What would I do in that situation? Like if it happened right here, right now.
Yeah, right here.
If it happened right here, right now. Oh fuck. No, I would probably. In here, I would probably call my parents and see what they would do, and my sisters.
Okay, imagine if all phone lines went down.
Phone lines went down? Fuck, I don't fucking know. I would hope that they're going to be okay, but other than that, I got nothing. I got like a skateboard in my trunk, and a couple of soccer balls, and that's it. That's all I have.
Just put me like from top of a hill.
I mean,
actually, I do have like a mic stand type of thing like this right there, but like I could use that to impale shit. But
soccer balls might work. I mean, there's a character in Final Fantasy that beats people with balls.
I mean, yeah.
Just get like a whole bunch of wires, you know.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Just like kind of like end people like that way.
I kind of want like those thin wires, the wires that can cut the little that slice you.
Yeah.
Piano
wire does that. Piano wire.
Imagine like just having that as a weapon and just slicing heads off.
Like, oh no, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Oh, it is. Oh, damn.
No, have your parents ever talked about that? Like, what would you do in that scenario?
No.
Like, my mom like never talked about like zombie, but she just like in case like something like really bad just started happening, like the government went out of control. Like my mom was like always meet up at my sister's school, and we're all. My mom has a whole plan.
That's what y'all talk about.
She has a whole plan.
What my mom talks about.
What?
Be like, do your fucking shit. Get money and get paid. That's it.
But my mom's like, just in case. She's like, if you're in DC, we're all going to your sister's school, and we're all meeting there. And then she's like, if I don't come there, you go home. And if da-da-da-da, she's took this whole plan. But then she said, if I'm here at college, they're going to come and pick me up, so I have to wait here. So
you wait here and he's find your body just in there.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't trust, like, waiting there.
But that's the thing, like, so they're like...
Honestly, I would if that were to happen and say that you are stuck in college, I would say somehow travel halfway there.
Yeah.
At least so that they can meet up with you at some place. So I don't know.
But then people are crazy. They'd be like him, like the piano wires.
Listen, I think my goal is to slice the necks off, and they can't do nothing to me.
Oh my god, that sounds so sick.
No. Well, like, what would you do in that situation? Survive or, help people? What would you do?
I would help people, of course,
that's the thing, but
I'll help people.
But
But
the thing is, the more people that you have to take, per se, quote unquote, take care of, it's going to be more of a burden, it's going to go slower and everything.
I probably would try, for one, my first plan was try to band with you guys, like, literally get us all together, at least, because you guys are my friends. So, like,
I need someone to teach me how to fight, or, like, self-defense, or something like that.
He's right there. I told him to start a whole self-defense club.
I could,
there is a self-defense club.
There is?
There is, but I can't go because they meet up around at work. But all I know they do, it's, like, karate and stuff like that. From what I read in the schedule, but...
I want them to break into fight.
Interesting, because, so there's this, it's a type of martial art, I forget, I think it's Korean, I'm pretty sure. It's called tangsudo.
What?
Tangsudo, right? That, I don't know what it translates to, because I suck at Korean, apparently. But, well, my dad, he explained it as if you're not using your own body to exert, like, force, you're using your opponent's body to hurt themselves. So in a way, it's kind
of like using like their opponent against each other. Like they're basically fighting. Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, that seems interesting. I did that for a while, but I don't know how to do much stuff anymore. I mean, I used to do a lot of stuff. I did karate as a kid, taekwondo as a kid. Then I did komdo, which is in Korean, but it's kendo. So it's Japanese. It's like.
Was that sword fighting?
Mm-hmm. Japanese sword fighting type of way, and then I did boxing for like 2 years, and that's all I have.
Okay, so do you think everyone's like kind of like mindset when a apocalyptic like something like happens like that will just change?
I think everyone's mind will change.
I'm thinking like people who are just like strongly opposed to guns, like would at that time they be like, oh shoot, like I'm so dependent on it to survive.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Honestly, a lot of people are probably gonna go for the guns because that's what we have as our technology for quote unquote self-defense on it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, like even though it's in like movies and shows and games, like people go crazy, but I mean I feel like that's gonna be a real thing. Like people are actually,
definitely.
People are really gonna like lose their shit and be like, oh yeah,
well, that's the thing. Like if for video games, that's how people sort of think in that situation. They're just gonna do whatever they need to do, but I don't know.
I'm afraid that...
Because, like, it's kind of, like, crazy. It's just, like, as humans... Ooh, my voice gets cracked. As humans, like, we have control, right? We have, like, the government who kind of controls us and kind of, like, feeds and, like, give us, like, what, like, we quote-unquote need. Mm-hmm. But do you think without that, we will still be civilized? Or just, like, we are not, like,
We're civilized?
Well, I mean, but, like, more civilized...
That's the thing. It goes into... the government does that, but, like, say that... Whenever you think of, per se, chaos, you guys, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people think immediately to anarchy. Right? Yeah. Anarchy is like chaos, and there's no government, there's no control or anything. Yeah. But the thing is, for me, when I think about anarchy, I think as if nobody is going to touch me, nobody's going to, like, bother me or anything. I just want to live my life and do whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, I realized that not many people are going to be that smart.
Yeah.
Not many people are going to be like civilized or anything. It's just how people are, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could definitely be a possibility in the, I don't know if it's in the near future, but maybe it might happen. Who knows? Oh,
yeah.
My bad. I don't know. You were going to say something before. You said you were afraid or something.
Oh, no. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, yo, I'm afraid that one day, like, if it ever happens, like, what if you think you found help? Like, you're wandering for a while, you actually been surviving on your own, but you think you actually need the help, and you find help, and it's just that family, that type of family that eats people.
Oh my god!
I can see that going down.
That reminds me of the show Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Like this whole situation is the Walking Dead.
Basically, Walking Dead's still going on, but like
it's still going on, but there's some shit.
It's too much going on.
After season 7,
after my man's Carl.
Yo.
I'm about to say. I think after
when
my
Glenn
girl
died, yo, I should have.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that part.
Yo,
like for me, I don't really care, but like I heard that he died.
I watched that show like it was like religion, like honestly.
Yeah.
But then after season 7, I'm like.
I think
I cut it off after, I forget, it was some episode where they were like going to some kind of dam or something, and there was like, they were going there, and then as soon as they opened up the dam, there was like a fucking bunch of zombies, and that's all I remember.
I remember that episode.
I forget
like
what season.
Season 3, maybe? I don't
season
know.
3, season 4, but like I stopped after that because I was like, you know, this is getting repetitive. It's just going over and over again.
I want to watch the latest season, but like I don't want to. Then when I borrowed the book from Mike, comic from Mike, I love the comic way better because I think it made me upset that Carl and Rick did not have much of a relationship they should have had in the show. But in the comic they have such a great relationship. It makes me happy. But like seeing that the relationship they have in the show, it's like.
I think one thing I don't know where I was reading it, but like the author was talking about, like I feel like The Walking Dead did such a good job of like kind of keeping the persona and like still like intact, but like at the same time not. You've seen like the growth and like the breaking down of like each character, and it's like, you know, like the main. Keep on. So like the main the main leader is just like always just like shown as strong, like dependent on like zombie movies, like kind of you see. But then, like, in The Walking Dead, you see him, like, kind of, like, changing and, like, breaking down, but still growing. And I really like that. So I'm just like...
I mean, yeah, I knew something was up when Rick literally bit someone's neck.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, understand, that part bothered me because I was like, they're harming Carl. And I was like, yo, they're going a bit too far with their harming, as you want to, like, at what they were trying to do to him. And then Rick looked at him and was like, you ain't going to take my child, and just bit his neck off. And I'm like, oh my god.
Okay. Well, just to let you guys know, the card was full, so they stopped again.
You just got it.
No, the memory card.
You just got it.
You just got it.
The memory card had 16 gigs, that's it.
Didn't you buy a new one?
No, I didn't buy a new card.
So, what do you do with...
I don't know.
Never mind.
Well,
you won't see our faces.
You guys won't see our faces
we
for
were
a while.
popping up in here, like, honestly.
Every time we try to record something.
I know, every
time.
time.
We do a video, it's so bad.
It just happens. Well, either way, back to the topic. So who ripped off whose?
So the scene basically was, I forgot, I think Rick and Carl were driving. I forgot who else was with them. It might have been Sean too. But they met up with some other guys that were part of Negan's group. And they always say, all people in Negan's group are like, I am Negan. And I think they were holding Carl, Rick, and Michonne at gunpoint or something like that. I can't remember it.
Oh my god.
And
that scene, yo.
It got a little crazy. But they were about to like kind of like sexually assault Carl, and he was so young. It's like got to that point where you saw like unbuckling of pants and stuff like that, and Carl was on the ground. And Rick saw that and was like, "I'm not having it," and like bit the guy's neck off.
It's such
I remember now.
Yeah.
Very little bit of that.
It's very like that is so intense, but I feel like they do such a good job that like I felt like I was in
that's what I was saying.
Like it's just like it kind of like just like reaches out, but then like I feel like with every show when it goes on for too long, it's just kind of like they're tired. They're kind of got lazy, but.
I think that part, because I was like, it's not that crazy. But then when I saw him bite the guy's neck, I was like, oh, okay, this is really going on. Like, I really felt that part was one of the extreme parts that, like, pulled me into the show even more. And I was like, yeah.
Well, so in that situation, what would you do? Like, would you do the same thing? Or...
Yeah. I'm not harming my child. Yeah, if I'm biting someone. Yeah. If I have to, listen, I will cut you.
Like if you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. Okay. Yeah. Like if it's anything to get myself out of the situation and get like get myself or my friends like out of that situation so we can keep our journey, like keep going where we're supposed to go. I would do anything honestly for that. Like if I got cut off my limb, I would do that.
Yo, but like imagine if they gave you a choice. It was between like let's say your mother or sister. Who would you choose?
Mother or sister? Ooh, frick. But the thing is, like, it's hard. In my opinion, I agree that it is hard, but I think at one point, from what I've seen, like through television, through just everything, and even my own parents, they've never said this to me. This is a conclusion that I'm coming up with right now, actually. But like, if it was a choice between a parent and the child, instead that you're another child, like saying your sibling, your sister, and your mother, I think that in the mother's eyes, they would probably say, "Don't kill my daughter. Probably just kill me."
Yeah, because my mother has said that multiple times. She's like, if it's between me and you guys, I would choose like me. Like honestly, like, and I'm like, damn, mom, like,
well, no, that's the thing. Like, you have to think about the future generation, and not always. It's not always just going to be about yourself, you know.
Yeah. But then that's kind of crazy to think about. Like, how can, like... I mean, at the same time, I feel like all of us are kind of selfish in some kind of way.
Oh, no,
like,
definitely.
it's not, like, to the point where it's just, like, we're always selfish. But it's just, like, we're always thinking about ourselves first. But then it's just, like, when you have kids, it's just, like, kind of crazy to see. Like, some parents are, like, not like that. You know, some parents are, like, always their kid first. And it's, like, crazy to see how just, like, how can, like, you can put someone else's, like, life and value, like, instead, like, value that more than yours. And I'm just, like... But then I don't have kids, so I don't know. I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, I don't think the way that we're thinking right now is probably not the way that our parents think.
Yeah.
You know, it's not until you have a child you sort of think.
You kind of understand that. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not until you get to that point you understand it. You know. I think. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if that situation were to happen to my child, of course I would do that. Of course, but I think. There's another way instead. I don't know. For me, killing is a little.
I don't want to kill.
It's like I don't want to, but it's like a necessary need to as well. Like, you know, I've been watching a lot.
We're still talking about zombies.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh no. We're not talking about people. We're talking about zombies and all that stuff. That's fine. But like no. But actually going to that topic, if say that you were in that situation of zombies, right, in the zombie infested world. You're by yourself, or you have a per se clan, and then another clan is trying to, you know, attack you and kill you. What would you do? Would you rather kill or not?
I think I would try reasoning.
But the thing
is, they're not going to reason.
But like, what if they don't reason? That's the thing.
If
he's like, I feel like it's just kind of like all about self, like surviving. It's just kind of like he's like, I feel like basically. You now. I mean, you're surviving now. But then there's a point where it's just like you're scared of death 24/7. That mentality is so much different than our surviving now. Like right now we're worried about eating food. I mean, there's still you're thinking of like survive, like, but just like right now we're not scared of dying. Like I don't think anyone's chasing after us. Like right now the most we're worried about is paying tuition, like and like finding what to eat. You know?
Yeah, exactly. But like I think in that situation, people will have to do the necessary need. You know, I've been watching a lot of now. Don't think of me as anything else. I'm a nerd. I've been watching a lot of Batman recently, like the whole animated series, the whole trilogy, and everything. And his ethics of saying like he's not gonna kill or anything like that, even though that might be that killing it might be a necessary need for it, he still doesn't do it though. So, I mean, what would you do with that? You know, say that you do have that morality type of thing, like you don't want to kill, like you shouldn't be killing, but
I feel like if it's really a harm to that community though, if it's a harm to my own community, I probably would just like I have to. They're not really the reason, and like it's one thing if they're trying to become one community together and they're able to reason with, like not reason with, but like we could set something up. I don't know, set something up without all of that conflict, like maybe a little argument, but not all that conflict. But if we have to, like, if it really does come to terms where, like, it's to the point where it's going to harm, their rules are going to actually harm my community, then you got it.
I'm kind of thinking of, like, survival. Like, if I were to put myself in The Walking Dead, that's just, like, I'm, like, talking about now, because I'm not in it. Like, I will never experience what that is. I don't know if there's going to be some zombie outbreak anytime soon.
I hope not.
I hope not. I don't want that. I don't pray that, like, on Earth, you know? And it's probably like massive for humans.
the good thing about that is that we don't have to pay tuition
Or
have a job or anything. You know, we would be going back to that primal state.
Because I was thinking, because like my mom's, like I said, like my mom is very like, what if this happened? And I was telling her, it's kind of sad. If that were to happen, I feel like I wouldn't survive because I don't know how to farm anything. I don't know how to grow anything. Like if I find some water, I'll probably drink that and then probably die from all the produce that's in it.
Oh God.
Like honestly, I feel like I educate myself so much on like stuff, but like I don't educate myself in like basic needs, like how to grow, like how to grow my own like stuff. And I feel like if that were to happen, I wouldn't survive. Like, I wouldn't know how plants work, but I don't know how to survive.
It's a shame that I sit there and spend most of my day playing Sims, and my Sims know more than me.
Oh, my God.
My Sims know how to garden, they know how to write, all these wonderful bestseller books, but I can't do it. And I'm like, yo, I probably should go pick up a book.
I don't even know how to read a map. Like, that's the thing.
Oh, my God,
really?
Neither do
I don't know how to read a map.
No,
you
I
don't know how to read a map?
Like I know what a map is, like, but like if you were to tell me what's north, I'm like, over there.
Oh my God.
I mean, I probably could do that if we had something in front of. If we had an actual map, I could do that. Yeah. But like knowing where we are is my problem.
Well, that's the thing. Like, so that's like driving. You know, like Route 63, Route 73, Route 276.
No,
Route
I'm not.
475, you know, Route 1, all that, Roosevelt Boulevard, and all that stuff. Like,
okay, man,
people,
people
would, like, need to know how that works in order to read a map in our day and age. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm not really good with that, but, like, I'm really good with landmarks. Like, if you were to, like, if there's a building, like, I'm like, did you hear that?
Yeah.
What was that?
There was, like, a weird, it's like a teapot whistle.
No, it sounded like,
Oh yeah, so Arcadia is haunted, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys go on the ghost tour?
No.
Bro, that's too funny.
Let's not switch topics though.
Wait.
Yeah, no.
What were you saying before? I forget.
Yeah, no. Like if I can't read a map, and I can't like if you were to tell me go on like this lane, I'm just like I don't know
where.
I don't know.
That's the thing. Like a bunch of like people our age don't know how to read a map because we never really grew with it.
Yeah, we don't. That's the thing.
And that's not a bad thing. I mean, per se.
But it's still just kind of bad. Like
we should always know. I feel like we should always know where we are.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're more dependent on Google Maps or maps on the iPhone.
Technology.
So we're basically stuck on technology. I mean,
we are.
I mean,
I feel like I'm addicted to my phone. I feel like I am. Like honestly, the first thing I do, I can't spend like an hour without my phone, and it's really sad because I'm in lecture, I'm in class, I'm really taking it out. And like playing like just I had to take out my phone just to like see it. Yeah. And if I don't see it, I'm like really jittery. Bro, that's addiction for you. I'm joking. No, it's not. Don't believe no.
I need something to keep me calm and just have something to do. I like to fidget. My fidget cube. I usually bring my fidget cube to class.
Yeah.
And one of my classes do not allow you to have technology in the class or have it out until they put it away or I'll take it. So I do bring my smartwatch, but like that's looking at time. I can't sit there and play anything on it. My fidget cube don't do the best for me, so like my family grew up on technology, so it's like we grew up playing games and stuff. We grew up playing like a bunch of games and stuff, so it's like I need kind of that technology in my life, but I want to also break away from it. It's like it's hard.
I don't know. I mean, for me, technology was always like a helpful thing, but my family never really depended on it. My dad always knew where to go. He never needed GPS or anything, and he was just going. I was like, oh, all right. I guess he knows how to go everything.
I mean, my parents knew they don't need GPSs to go places, but it's more like we just grew up on like games and stuff like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, my parents are like that, but like we travel. I mean, now we don't travel a lot. Like we don't go out the country, but we do like going places. So we're always like dependent, like like on it.
All right, so we went from zombies to
traveling.
Well, I mean that's another thing too, and that zombie apocalypse, you could travel a lot.
Like but that's like the map reading. It's important.
Beware, otherwise you'll be fucking dead.
Beware of the zombie.
Yeah, okay, so like it's like you know how they say like there's always some like there's some city where zombies haven't touched. Do you feel like that will like succeed and all that stuff? And like if zombies were actually happening.
Wait,
like because you know okay, so you remember in The Walking Dead like how there was this like a city in like Virginia that was like untouched by zombies and it was like closed off and everything. So like how would you think like that would survive for like a really long time or like do you kind of get what I'm saying?
It kind of depends because as the days go by, zombies multiply and they keep multiplying, they keep growing and growing.
Yeah, so because they just eat shit.
Yeah, and then they eat each other.
Yeah.
Damn, you wonder. I wonder can zombies reproduce? But anyway.
God.
Anyways,
no,
I'm sorry.
They produce asexually. Basically.
Can we plant zombies? But anyways, no, I feel like at some point they'll break down. Like if that place had like a bunch of walls around it or something like that, I feel like they'll just invade it. As they grow, they'll just invade it. Honestly, unless like there was a way, like if we find that cure, and we're able to spread it. Like
the
honestly,
thing is like.
Wait, the thing is, how would you?
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. Like zombies.
I mean, you could spread
like the
it
airplane,
through airborne.
Yeah, but it's like
that's it, really.
Like that's all you can do if you really want to cure the world.
Oh,
like how
like
far would you do?
Despicable Me thing? Remember the minions, or not the orange one, the purple one, and they were just shooting from the airplane jam with the cure.
Oh my god!
Despicable Me was this.
I think it was the second one, I believe. I don't remember. Third,
I don't remember.
Okay, never mind. You guys are not getting
it. I've never really. I've only seen the first one.
I watch too many kids movies because I have a little sister. I have a little sister, so don't be thinking like I just watch it because I watch it.
But yeah, like it would be really hard to distribute that cure around.
Okay, but like, why do you think when like in movies, like when just like zombies happen, like just like everything cuts off, like cell phones and like electricity, like water, kind of like stuff like that.
I never really thought about that.
Yeah, why do you think they just cut it off?
It's just instantly cut off. Like
I mean, I guess government has protocol for that situation to just immediately shut
it off. But it's like,
well, why?
Why would you do that though? Because if you think about it, some places have electricity, but I know it's from like generators and everything else. Like it's like different type of electricity, basically.
Yeah.
Collective electricity. But like, I feel like if they leave all of that on, honestly, for the protocol, but I feel like they leave all that on, we would be able to keep in touch. They would be able to send things out, messages out easier to get everyone together and then avoid people, stuff like that. Honestly. Yeah. I'm about to like go to sleep and be scared that someone's gonna be a zombie.
Oh my god!
Like, isn't like because I was reading up on like some drugs, like some like weird drugs that kind of. Why are you looking at me like that?
I was just looking.
Oh yeah, no, it's like because they were testing if like zombies can like actually happen, but like it's not proven yet. Like it can't happen.
Why are we testing this?
Because they're like there's drugs that kind of makes you like kind of like a zombie state.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. I forget. Oh shoot! Now it's a article that I read like maybe a couple years back, and I saw. I think someone was like using you said the drug was someone used it and they became like this zombie mindset.
Yeah, it's like a zombie state, like mindset.
I forget what drug it was, but it was really really crazy back then. But I don't know if it's still coming up.
Honestly, I'm going back to the government thing, but like I feel like the government creates like diseases and all that stuff. Like it's like
we're basically the subjects.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I mean, but it's just like that's my opinion. I feel like the government like creates disease and just like and then they try to create a cure for it, but like sometimes it don't work. But like I can't say specific, but that's my opinion. Like honestly,
I mean, I'm 50-50 on that
because I feel like the government's trying to like dabble into everything.
Might be a good and bad thing at the same time. Yeah. A good thing because they could find out an immune system. Yeah. Or a vaccination for the per se disease. Yeah. And the bad thing is someone could steal it and literally just spread it out. So, yeah. What was it? Actually, there is I think it was a fungus, a type of fungus that actually controls ants.
Yeah.
There's a fungus that makes that zombifies basically ants.
They also do it to. I actually watched a video last night. They also do it to flies too.
Yeah. And they also do it. They also do it to snails, and it affects like humans as well.
Whoa.
So it's just like a continuous life cycle.
It's like an invisible like they don't really realize
it's spores. How they spread? It's spores. So it grows onto the ant and then it spores.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
No, we're just like recently learning about that in bio, so it's kind of crazy. Like.
Because
I
only
learned that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go.
Oh no. Okay. No, the only reason why I know that is because I played the Last of Us game, and that's how I knew about it.
I have that game. I need to play it.
And that's actually a real thing. It's a real thing. I was actually really surprised that they actually had something like that in there. So,
Like it's crazy. Like when you think about it, there's stuff on Earth. like that are going on right now. There's just like it can kill any of us.
Yeah, honestly, this
and like we're worried about like flu and everything, but there's shit like
there could be new organisms around. There could be new organisms that we just don't see in there.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like
I'm not trying to like be like spirits.
The ocean. Yeah, look at the ocean. Yo, like, it's freaking dark down there.
Bio class be scaring me. Like honestly, it's just like he's like they're teaching us stuff like I never knew in my life, and it's just like he's like tapeworms, this and this, yada yada yada, and I'm like he's like fungi, like all. I'm like that can kill me. Like that'd be scaring me. I'm like yo.
You actually gotta be careful. Like even though nothing like you don't realize anything out there is bad, like you might be in a good area. Something environment out there to get you. Honestly, not gonna lie.
It really is, yeah.
Like
it's like you guys watched that movie, The Happening, where like the plants were killing the like humans.
What is that?
Yeah, it's because like you know how like plants like emit like a chemical piece like it's like when they feel like they're in danger they emit a chemical to them. Like there's such a like, poison ivy, caffeine. Is in order to like back off like predators or like plants. So they do that in real life. In real life, like poison ivy is a secondary compound, something like that. Like they do like plants create like chemicals in order to like ward off like insects or just like any predators. Like that. I know about that. The movie's kind of based off of that, and
sort
it's
of like a opposite of a Venus flytrap. Venus flytraps they attract with the sweet. Scent to have the flies to come in.
Yeah, so they were noticing because like plants like send signals to each other. That's like plants are amazing. I love plants now. But yeah, no. So they were sending a signal to each other, and they were saying like, oh, humans are killing all of us. So they were doing like emitting a chemical that were killing like humans.
Whoa.
So it was kind of crazy because once they're in large group, they were killing each other, like killing themselves in like suicide forms. But then it was like it's kind of crazy. You guys need to watch the movie.
Oh, that's crazy. Wow, that's interesting actually.
Mm-hmm. Yo, like honestly, I underestimated plants because like plants are there, but then when you study them, they're so interesting. I love plants now. Oh my god.
This is why I have my roommate because I know they are one with nature.
Yeah.
Nothing outside.
I forget what I was gonna say. Crap.
Are you good?
Yeah, I forget what I was gonna say.
I just remember this is probably a weird topic because we're all on plants now.
Yeah.
But I just remember talking about zombies. It was when I was like 13, 14. There was a zombie. It was like I think it was a comic or a manga. And I read it and I forgot how the outbreak happened. I think they were from things they were drinking. People started becoming zombies, but they weren't fully zombies. They actually were conscious. They just couldn't control what they were doing.
Okay.
And
that sucks.
Eventually, like
so it's like zombified like ants. Like they're still alive, but they're not.
They were alive. Like people, like they were going around. I think the main character, one character was paralyzed from the waist down, so he was lugging her around. But eventually, I think the government was actually like giving people drinks and turning them into like the zombified.
I'm telling you,
they were testing on them.
Okay,
But I think eventually, what saved people wound up being music, which is a weird cure.
Music. Whoa.
That was the cure for them. Like it like calmed them down and stopped them from moving, and they just why did you start laughing?
I started laughing because right now I imagined just a real nice slow nice ballad, right? And I just see
I think it kind of like I don't know what type of music it was. A comic. I couldn't hear it.
Oh yeah, right.
God, but...
It was I think it kind of I don't remember what exactly happened then, but I remember I think the main character was pulling around a box, music box, and just carrying it around. Eventually, it calmed them down, stopped them from doing the things they were like, just attacking people.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta find. If I find it, I'll tell y'all about it. Like, I gotta find it. I don't know where it's come. I'm about to like. You ever YouTube search lyrics because you can't find the song?
That's why I really can't find it. I'm just like, where is this song?
You gotta go in grave detail, write like a whole paragraph of lyrics, and it's like that's what I'm about to go do.
Yo, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys growing up believe in like werewolves and like vampire and all that stuff, and like witches?
Because I believe in kind of like magic and stuff a little bit. So
I don't think I ever really believe in those type of things. I always thought they were just in movies. I was like, okay, all right.
Vampires, I don't know.
Vampires are a bit iffy. But
werewolves, I don't know either. But witches, I kind of.
I believe in witches.
Witches? I believe in witches.
But I believe like witches also like drink blood. But like not all of them, like the dark ones, because there's two types of witches. Or like from what I've heard. Because we have a couple of friends who are witches,
Well, they practice Wicca. I don't want to call them.
I mean, some of them or then I have some friends that call themselves witches, so like not all of them are bad. So but the bad ones.
Where does witches come from? Was it pagan?
I'm not too sure on that.
Pagan is a bunch of because my roommate's pagan, but my roommate is more I forget what's called Druid. I think it's Druid. More with nature, and then we have one of our friend group is they're pagan, but they they practice Wicca. but I don't think they're Wiccan. Wicca is more like magic and spells, though.
Okay, so what's Wiccan?
It's like Wiccan. I think it's called Wiccan. I think it's called Wiccan. But they practice Wicca, which is magic.
Oh, okay.
I hope I'm getting that correctly.
Yeah, I mean,
if
I'm not
getting
too
that correctly,
sure
please
on
at
any
me.
of that stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, if I'm not getting that correctly, please at me, because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to become pagan, but I don't know what like part of pagan I want to be.
Yeah, no, one time I was like really curious about it, so I started researching it. But then like when I started researching it, it just gave me a whole bunch of spells. I'm like, I kind of
really just want to practice Wicca. I actually do want to practice.
Is it
Wicca.
Robin?
I think so. I forgot. We haven't talked about anything. We haven't talked about anything with magic in a while. Yeah. It's been years. We just been being dumb.
Well, that's how friendships are, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really believed in that kind of stuff. I always thought it was, you know, in TV, like all the per se witches and wizards and werewolves and vampires, because, you know, I've always watched movies about that kind of stuff. Like I remember watching Disney Channel, which had Wizards of Waverly Place, that type of stuff.
Oh, my babysitter is a vampire.
I didn't watch that.
Really?
Also Harry Potter, and then I never watched the Twilight series ever. I don't think I ever watched that.
I watched it and I read it, except the last book. And I was in middle school. I was obsessed with that. I don't know why, but there's this book called Vampire Academy, and it's a 6-book series.
Oh,
and
I've heard of that.
After that, there's another 6-book, and it's 12 book in the series. And I read that bad boy twice.
The whole 12 series, damn.
Yes, that's how much. Ooh. And then there's this other series. It's called Hush Hush, and it's about fallen vampires and demons. I read that series, and it's 4 of them 3 times. Oh your girl was obsessed with that in middle school.
You into this, but whenever I bring up demons in the conversation, you look at me and like basically your looks at shut the fuck
I'm a changed woman.
You know what? Now I'm thinking about it with maybe Robin does do it, because you know what? We were talking one time. And I think she texted me. I think she said, "Oh no," and I was like, "What?" She was like, "I did something bad." And I'm like, "What did you do?" And she made me. I was like, "Did you summon something on me?" And she just like started putting emoji with no context and stopped answering me. And I'm like, "Bitch."
Okay.
She was like, and then she went in the group chat. She's like, "So if Chris dies, it was by accident." And I'm like,
"Okay." What did she put on you?
She didn't really do that.
Okay,
but like she made it seem like she put something on me. Put spell on me. So I wouldn't be surprised if she is practicing something and just like.
Yeah, no.
I think, listen, one day if I walk out my room and I'm some type of gigantic demon, you know who to go to.
No, I'm like terrified of demons. Like I'm like terrified of them. Because I feel like I'm not gonna say like I'm psychic. I'm not gonna be that one person like, oh shit, I'm psychic. But I've been having, like we were talking before. I've been having dreams, and they come true every single time.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it's not per se complete dreams. For me, it's more of pockets of time that happen in the future that happen right now, but I dreamed about it somehow in the past. Yeah. Like I remember having like a bunch of deja vu moments. I'm just like, haven't I been here in this situation
because
before?
I was reading on deja vu like online, and they're saying that deja vu doesn't really exist. It's just your brain is kind of like being slow. It didn't process that stuff at the same time, so it feels like you're reliving the same moment again. But I be dreaming shit that it's like, even though it's not like a whole day, but I dream like small snippets. Like I don't dream like long dreams. I dream like short dreams, like small snippets, and it be terrifying me. So if you see me like in the middle, like I'm walking and I stop. That's because I'm like, I'm seeing something in real life.
For me, I'll be just doing work and I'm just like, what? Yeah, for me, if you see me doing that, it's just gonna be me with a blank stare face, just right in the space. I'm just like,
no, I do like a sudden stop. Like I'm like, it just like hit me.
Oh,
like,
really?
So you see me like that, I'm like.
When deja vu hits me, I keep going.
Oh, you keep going.
I feel it in my head, so I'm like, my body kind of slows down. My thinking process kind of slows down, but my body just like I just know to keep going. And I'm like, but in my head, I'm thinking like, what the hell?
Speaking of deja vu, have you guys experienced sleep paralysis?
Oh fuck! Don't talk about that, please. That terrifies me so bad. Yo, I don't ever want to have that, and I pray to God, please don't.
Have you had it?
You know I've had.
Have you?
No,
Alex
and I don't ever want that.
Alex has been asking me since like we talked more about it more like in last semester. You were like I want to have it, and I'm like stop.
I never said I want to have it.
Oh no, wait.
I've had it. I've had it for like 5 years straight, man.
You still have it?
Not anymore. Oh damn. Not anymore.
Let's say high five.
Like ever since I got with with my girlfriend, it's been stopped.
See,
because I've been sleeping a lot more.
She is something. She's
I can say I had it last night.
Oh my god, that
sleep
terrifies me so bad.
Is scary.
Sleep paralysis is scary, but I look it up.
Just thinking about it makes me want to cry because I'm terrified of demons so bad.
If
oh
people
my
never
god.
heard,
so sleep paralysis is what the rumors are about it is that when you're sleeping, there's a demon on top of you, basically sitting on you, and not letting you wake up. So what it feels like for me, at least, I think it's a universal thing, but the way that I feel is that I am trapped inside my body and I am completely awake and I just can't move. I cannot move any muscle whatsoever. And even if I do, it's very, very hard. And when I wake up, it's like I woke up from a bad dream. I just stand up real quick.
Yeah. It's like what happens with sleep paralysis, well, I have a couple stories with it too, but what happens with the general idea of it basically is when you're like you woke up too fast basically. Like your body wakes up too fast, your muscles are not right. Like they're not waking up.
Is that what happens?
You're like it's like your brain is awake.
Yeah, your brain's awake.
Your muscles
okay,
your body
I was
down.
reading on it because once you guys start talking about it, I was so precautious. Like I'm not. So I read supposedly like it happens when you're really, really tired.
Yeah, that's what happens.
And then what I do just to avoid that, I put on play on my phone like games or like put music. So I just avoid that at all because I don't ever want to have that in my entire life. Like honestly,
sound and different things type of like noises help. That's why I used to stay on phone calls with my friend, and he used to keep me up a little bit. Yeah. And I used to go sleep like that. Yeah. But I don't do that because my roommate, I don't want to bother them. But last night I also had it. But this time last night it was the first time probably in a while that I haven't freaked out. I was just laying there. I was fine. And when I got up, when I found but it was like it took me a while to realize I wasn't asleep. Because usually I know on the back I'm not asleep. But I was sitting there laying there and I was like, something's not right here. Like I was sitting there because I was dreaming at first. I was like, something's not right here. And I got up. I was like, wait, I'm not asleep. So I had to turn my Kindle on. But yeah, basically with sleep paralysis, like it usually occurs when you go to sleep at different intervals, like at different times, and you're really tired. So like you can go to sleep at 12 a.m. But then you like break that time. And you're like you're really tired. You go to sleep at 3. That's what usually happens. I mean, your body like your muscles aren't like how when you go to sleep you shut down. Your whole body shuts down, slows itself down. So your muscles aren't like waking up yet. Like they're not. And I heard that
in order to get sleep paralysis, you have to sleep like on your back.
That's yeah. Oh no, sleep on your back.
You're on your back. Like you're kind of like going like this.
Most of the time when I had it, when I was for the past like maybe 5 years, when I've had it, every time I had it, it was like that. Actually.
Okay, because I also do that. I also avoid not sleeping on my back. So I sleep in fetus position, or I sleep like face down, like my head in the pillow. So, yeah. So I won't see those shit. Like honestly, that's terrible.
So
think about it. Makes me I'm so scared.
Well, no, there are some stuff like for me when I had it almost every time I had it, someone was screaming. Like I heard it in my voice. There was some girl screaming. At one point, I think I dreamed about. For some reason, I was in a grocery store, right? It sounds weird. It's gonna sound weird. So what it was, I was in a grocery store, right? And everything was light, everything was good, everything, and then it just turned red. Like the lights turned red, and I was just running. I was running, and then I heard a scream, like a girl scream, like out of nowhere. I was like, "What the fuck?" And I woke up. I was like, "What the fuck did I just dream about?" And during that time, I couldn't move either. Yeah. So like, I was having a dream and I was awake. Yeah, so I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I've seen shit.
No. Like, the sleep paralysis is not a joke. Like, it's fucking scary.
Because always when people find out I have it, not you, because I thought but I had people so many times ask me like, "Oh, what's it like?" And I want to have it. Like they always ask me what's it like. I'm like, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. It's actually not fun.
Why would they want it?
For one, I don't sleep on my back because I snore. I try not. I do sleep. I'll roll over my side, but I try not to. And if I sleep in fetal position too, it's worse. Like I stopped sleeping in fetal position because last year I actually got sleep paralysis and I had my arm like across me and like it wound up pressing into my neck. So I don't sleep in fetal position like that. Or if I'm laying down, I try to keep my arms away from my neck too now. But I usually sleep on my stomach. I still get it, and it's just when it's too quiet for me. So I gotta have sound. I gotta start putting music on.
Yeah, like that's one of the factors too. Like,
if it's way too quiet.
Like,
and that's Kai doesn't make noise.
You should tell them to play music because when I used to when they were my roommate, they were playing like music sometimes.
I might start playing it, but the closest noise that my roommate makes is scratching their arm.
No, like when I moved into my new house, right? Like the new house was like really, really. It was really quiet compared to the house that I used to live in. The new house is really quiet. Like I'm not used to it because I was like, I'm used to like a little bit of sound every now and then. Yeah, I moved, and so when I went there, like the first couple of nights, I was like, what the fuck? I can't sleep. It's too freaking quiet in here. So like I tried putting music on, which I mean it does help. And so every night, I've never told anybody about this, but every night I do like sleep to like YouTube videos. Just
I do the same thing.
That's what I do.
Just so that I can have something in the background. So
my mother used to yell at me that I was leaving the TV on. That was the reason why. That was the reason why. At some point, I started turning it down because I didn't want her to come in my room and check because she hears it from the wall, the door. And like she would always like, "Oh, turn the TV off." So I want to turn it down. That's why sleep paralysis started. My first time having sleep paralysis, there was an old woman in a black dress with blonde hair, and she was holding me down. She was smiling and giggling at me.
Yo, that's giving me shit right now. Oh,
yo, I hate talking about this.
The
shit.
worst thing.
It terrifies
me. The worst thing.
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. The worst thing
is
like
y'all crazy. I'm sorry. Y'all just crazy in my book. I don't mess with demons. I don't mess with any of that shit. Like honestly, that terrifies me.
See, the worst thing also, like years later when Resident Evil 5 came out, somewhere at the beginning of the game, there's a woman she's young, but she has blonde hair and she's in a dress, and she becomes one of the parasites. And it's kind of creepy because she almost resembles that same woman I saw as a child. And I was like, that's such a big coincidence.
My hairs are going up right now. My hairs are going up. Oh, well, that's crazy.
And we're talking about demons, honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie. I think someone followed me around our campus.
Hold the fuck up! No, I don't mess with that girl shit. Like, honestly.
Oh, she gone.
Yo, I'm praying to God tonight.
She's saging her room. She's saging her room.
Just save me, please.
No, wait. Doesn't fuck with demons. Write a story about demons 3 times.
Yo, you know.
Did you say you write write a story about demons and vampires?
No.
What story did you just talk about we were reading?
That was in middle school. I'm a changed woman. It wasn't even about demons. It was just like the most demonish about it was they were trying to kill like the fallen angels like or something like that. Like I don't remember.
I mean like school. Oh, so early this morning, like I took my new camera out because I just bought it yesterday. I'm taking the new camera out for pictures and everything. Damn, she just got your hand. Me? No, so I was taking pictures out around my neighborhood. No. Right, and the new neighborhood has like this weird forest out in the back, and it's fucking eerie as shit. Like I was listening to music, just having a good time, right? And all I hear is, I mean, it's my footsteps, right? Like my footsteps hitting the leaves and everything. But every now and then, I'm just looking back. I'm just like making sure that nothing pops up.
No,
like that forest is fucking eerie as shit. Like I cannot go there again without I need someone there. Like I can't be alone again. Not there again.
No, as a little kid, the reason I'm so terrified of them, because as a little like girl, there is shit that would follow me all the time, and that's like I feel. And my mom would like tell me all the time, like she's like, "Yo, like you always try to me, like come to my bed and say there's something like in your like bedroom or something like that." So that's why I'm so terrified. And like he's a common like this demon is a kind of common like demon that pops up to everyone. I think it's called like the Black Hat. It's like a tall man with like kind of like a black hat. So he used to like I used to see him everywhere.
Ooh,
and like in school and like in my bedroom and like in my house and all stuff. And just like seeing that, like it following me everywhere scared me shit.
All right, you know what?
I'm so glad that we have roommates.
Fuck
Elephant, sorry.
I'm fucking dead.
But he only I was reading up on him. So he only comes up to little kids because he fears on the fear of kids. Yeah, that's what I'm not a kid no more. But.
The weird thing is, I think that's the same like spiritual thing from The Conjuring.
Okay.
I think the Black Hat's also one of the things they saw in The Conjuring, and that's why it bothers me if he's actually real that you've been seeing him. Wait, did you know about him before you were seeing him?
No. I fucking hate these people. When I'm watching horror movies that goes with demons, and then they're like, "You're not allowed to say the demon's name. or if he do, he'll come up. These bitch ass be saying the demon's name like it's nothing, and I'm sitting there like, y'all fucking playing.
But the thing is, like, I just don't follow that shit. It's just like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. Who the fuck cares? I'm not gonna say the name, but like, if they're like, if you like, it was like one of those things on like Facebook, like if you don't like this, something's gonna happen to you or bad luck. I'm just like,
okay,
no,
that's
internet
some
shit.
Bullshit. That's some bullshit. But like, when you say the demon's name, that's like you accepting and like him to come. That's me. Basically, you accepting it to come into your life, and accepting it to mine because I'm also in the fucking room. And the fuck no. The worst thing I do is watch horror movies, and I don't watch that many because I believe if you watch a lot of horror movies, you're allowing that to come into your life. So that's why I don't watch horror movies like that. So
these lights.
Y'all people crazy, honestly.
There's a character in the game Elsword that actually shares a name with one of the demons, and I'm upset about it because I used to say his name all the time.
Oh,
I don't like it. I just don't say it now. I read his like if I have to look that character up, I have to type in Elsword and then write the name because like if I write it alone, like when I used to write it was alone, it would be fine. But now every time after I watch The Conjuring, after that name comes up, and I'm like, oh, that's a face.
Oh, okay.
But.
I don't know, my sister, whatever, my oldest sister actually, my oldest sister, whenever there's anything, like even the thought of a scary movie or even the trailer of a scary movie, she cannot watch it. Like she turns off the TV immediately.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's
till this day, I used to sit down and watch Adult Swim, like leave Cartoon Network on, when it turns to Adult Swim, they turn a bunch of trailers. I used to literally hide behind my pillow and just listen to the noises and shiver because I didn't know what a remote was. And my mom and dad would leave stuff on too, and I'm like, I would literally sit down there and try to like block it out. And to this day, I do that too because like when I'm not, if my roommate leaves like for the weekend or something, I'm scared out of my mind because Arcadia frightens me because like I will literally close it even though I don't do it this time.
That shit scared me too. Holy shit! Where
someone walked in the bathroom?
Now about this, it makes me very paranoid. So I'm just like.
But like I will usually when I was last year when I was roommates with Justin, I would close the shades because I thought someone was watching me from their room. I thought someone was watching me or something was watching me, and I had one time left night and like freaked out because I'm pretty sure something was whispering at me. Oh, okay. I don't trust Arcadia. I'm not gonna lie.
Like it scares me to walk on campus like at 12 and like late at night.
I literally rush back because for one, okay. Side note: someone chased me back to our campus.
Oh yeah!
Please explain that.
I hate that.
A woman. When I work at Dreams Ice Cream. Well, for people that know what that is here in Glenside, but
it's an ice cream shop. Basically,
Glenside,
says the name.
It's an ice cream shop. But I was walking there, and there was a woman. She followed me into the PNC bank. You know how they always leave those one ATMs you can use. So I was using that. She asked me, "Can I give her $3?" I was like, "Sure." So I gave her $3. Luckily, I had my actual money in my pocket, so I had the other money in my other like these little bit of bills inside my wallet. So I gave her $3 and she walked away. I went to 7-Eleven because I'm always hungry. I get off at 12 at night. So I finally walked back out and she was like, "Hey yo," and she was following me and I was like, "Please go away." She followed me all the way to campus and got locked up. But she like the fact that she followed me over to campus and like I was walking so hard, like I literally walking so fast it hurt. And now I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared to walk at night. I'm glad you're always okay when you come back from work.
Yeah. No. I feel like, thank you for everyone. I mean, this is my religious, like, beliefs. Yo, thank you to everyone who prayed over me. But I feel like God is always looking over me. And, like, he has, like, this barrier. So, like, nothing's bad has happened to me yet. And I don't hope it has.
Damn.
But
maybe I should finally accept God because I may not.
No, I mean, that's my belief. I'm not trying to put it. But, like, I feel comfortable in believing that. So that's why I feel like nothing is.
But, like, when I'm walking at night, I realized it for a couple years, but I didn't really think much about it. But because I'm so scared of someone following me, I keep thinking my shadow is someone else. Because you ever look at your shadow and it splits and there's two shadows following you?
That's the thing. Like this morning, it didn't have any sunshine, but like me even like having to hear my own footsteps on the leaves, that fucking scared me.
It scared me knowing that I have like double shadow. And sometimes, like when I was younger, that's why I stopped thinking about it. Because when I was younger, I used to have my regular shadow, and this other shadow, it would keep walking, like as if it was a broken record, and keep walking past me, disappearing, and coming back. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? And I'm not gonna lie, I've been talking to my roommate, thinking that something, not to be scary, but I think something is following me sometimes. Like I feel like double shadow is normal, but like sometimes like it just feels like something's around me. Like maybe it's protecting me, but
I feel like the only explanation for a double shadow is like double light source.
Yeah.
But like
this.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen Glenn's side at night? Where are the lights at?
Yo, no.
There are no lights on
Glenn's
Glenn's.
side's dark as fuck.
It's fucking dark. It's like literally, I literally like rely on like only one light source most of the time while walking up that hill. So yeah, but I mean that's just my idea. But
I mean there are cars, but other than that, it's not much.
That place is dead at night.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Arcadia is just dead at night.
That's why it creeps me out. Like I want to take walks and sit up. Where the stairs are. I want to sit up on the stairs with the flags, all the flags that lead to the commons. I want to sit up there at night and just look at the stars. I think and listen to music. But I get so paranoid someone's gonna come behind me or someone's gonna be out there just watching me. Like I am literally so intrigued by spiritual things and ghosts and stuff like that. Like I want to see them, but at the same time I don't. And like lately this semester it's growing on me. Like I'm like I want to see them so badly, but like at the same time I'm scared the fuck out.
If you in contact, if you see one, tell me, please. I ain't talking to you no more. Like honestly, like
I ain't talking to you anymore.
I take all precautions. Like honestly, that's how I am. Like I do crazy shit in my life. And I don't care about a lot of shit in my life, but that is one thing I do care about.
Control a pentagram.
Oh.
Okay, can we at least summon Satan? Because he's kind of
hold the fuck up! Like, shut the fuck up!
Listen,
like, honestly.
Satan is not evil. He's kind of hot, though.
Hey, bro.
How do you know what this man looks like?
I don't know. I just picked him. He's hot because he lives in hell. He's fine.
So maybe, like, hell is not hot, you know? Maybe it's just cold and icy, you know? You never know.
Natalie knows I love her. Like she knows I would never harm her.
You never know.
She punched me last week.
You're right.
She actually punched me last week.
It was an accident, though.
Well, I think time's up. Actually,
in our podcast.
Pencils down.
Pencils down.
Pencils
Oh
down.
my God. Welcome to.
Let me see them test.
What?
I'm so sorry.
No, I was gonna say welcome to the end of the SAT.
This is gonna be the rest of your life, man.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, we had a good.
Sitting in a room with people I did not know doing the SATs in the high school. I did not know where I was.
It'd be hella weird, like honestly, because I went to go take the SAT somewhere else in like this weird Catholic church, because like they gave me a free SAT test, and I'm like, hey, I'm taking advantage of this, you know. My score.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah.
Bro, that shit was terrifying. Like, oh my God, church scares me. Like, honestly.
Church? Sorry, wait,
no,
church?
like Catholic church. I'm not.
Oh,
it's like very big. Like the one I went to, it's like very dark and eerie, and the classrooms are like barely working. Like you could hear like the water drip. I'm like, I'm not talking shit on Catholic. Like honestly, that's a good religion. But it's just like the building, the structure is just like that building.
Oh, the building.
That terrified me so much.
All right. Well,
wait. Before we go,
yeah.
Remember how we do Secret Santa?
Yeah.
Remember how Kyrie wrote mine?
Yeah.
I wish they didn't. I wanted to erase some things because it was literally a merely joke that I wrote. Like I wrote punk and I think I wrote demonic as a joke. And I wrote Satan because I didn't know what to write, and I was in a hurry. And I came back, and Kai was like, "Yeah, I rewrote yours," and I was like, "Can I give it back?"
Yo, God bless me badly. By not giving me God.
I want it back so badly because I was joking. Half of it, but anyways.
All right. Well,
he blessed me from God bless me for not getting that shit. He's like, you won't even see that shit. You don't got to deal with that.
I know I'm getting you for your birthday.
What?
I'm gonna
burn you so bad.
Okay.
I don't think God will like. Okay, I'm done.
I think he'll justify it once he knows.
Oh my God! Well, that's the end of our podcast episode 3.
Okay. Well, just to wrap it up, we talked about zombies. We talked about spirits and shit. Witches.
Big word of the day. Go hit it.
What was the word of the day?
What's the word?
Horny goat weed.
Oh God, that's what started it all.
That's a shame.
This is not sponsored, guys.
Oh God. Well, this is the end of the third episode of the podcast.
Oh
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Look at that.
We're going with this shit. Yeah.
Woo!
Oh God. All right. Well, see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.